How to be effective leaders. In the last section, we talked about three theories of leadership. It proposes that leaders are born, so we could identify the leader based on his or her traits. We also noticed that these traits do better jobs in predicting the emergence of leaders and leadership, rather than actually identifying effective leaders. Considering this limitation, researchers wondered whether something unique in what effective leaders did, in other words, in their behavior. That is behavior theory. From the behavior perspective, leaders do something in common. So, if we can identify what leaders do, we can teach people to be potential leaders. That's the core assumption of behavior theory. Leaders are made. Let's look at three behavior studies. The first is the Ohio State studies. They identify three dimensions of leadership behavior: elicit, structure, and consideration. Elicit structure is the extent to which a leader is likely to define and structure his or her role and the roles of group members in attaining goals. For example, a leader high in initiative structure is someone who organizes work, including assigning tasks, defines standards of performance, and set deadlines. Consideration is the extent to which a leader has work relationships, characterized by mutual trust and respect for group members' ideas and feelings. For example, a leader high in consideration is friendly and will treat employees equally. He or she would like to help employees with personal problems and aim to improve employee well-being and satisfaction. He or she may say that, "Oh, I hear your son or daughter is graduated from the top university. Congratulations! I feel so proud of you and your family." Research shows that high consideration and high structured leaders generally, but not always, achieved high scores on group test performance and satisfaction. Next, we have University of Michigan studies. At the same time as what had been done at Ohio State, the Michigan group also identified two dimensions of leader behavior that were related to performance effectiveness: employee-oriented and production-oriented. The employee-oriented leader emphasizes interpersonal relationships by caring the needs of employees and accepting individual differences. The production-oriented leader emphasizes task accomplishment. These two dimensions identified by the Michigan group are closely related to the Ohio State dimension. Employee-oriented leadership is similar to consideration, and production-oriented leadership is similar to initiating structure. However, unlike the Ohio State studies, the Michigan group found that leaders who were employee-oriented were strongly associated with high group productivity and high job satisfaction. Just now, we said that someone may be production-oriented or employee-oriented. This is an unidimensional view of leader behavior. If you are high on one, then you're low on the other. So, If you are the production-oriented leader on the left-hand side, then you must be low in employee-oriented leadership. Then you may question about this because you may think that I may emphasize the task and employee well-being at the same time, right? That's what we're seeing as the multi-dimensional view of leader behavior. The vertical axis is production-oriented and the horizontal axis is employee-oriented. We now have a two-dimensional view. You can be high on one or both at the same time. This is an example of Blake and Mountain's Majorel grid. It appreciates leadership styles by using of two dimensions, concern for people and concern for production. The grid was regarded as the vertical and horizontal parts separately. It listed 81 potential categories of leaders' behavior style and then named 5 categories. First, improved management, which refers to the leader who shows low concern for production and people. This is the very unique point. Second, task management, which refers to the leader who shows high concern for production but low concern for people. For example, I don't care about your name, your thoughts, your habit, just do the work as soon as possible. When you finish, come to me and I'll give you the task 1, 2, 3, 4. Third, middle of the road management, which refers to the leader who shows middle levels of concern for production and people. Fourth, country club management, which refers to the leader who shows low concern for production but high concern for people. Being friends with them and make friends with them satisfy their needs. Fifth, team management, which refers to the leader who shows high concern for production and people. Researchers indicated that leaders perform the best when using this 9-9 style, that is, team management. However, they failed to explain what makes an effective leader, and little substantive evidence supports their conclusions. Until now, we have introduced how to predict leadership effectiveness from the behavior perspective. Then you may ask the question, if I want to be an effective leader, which behavior pattern should I choose? Think about this question. We'll talk about it in the next lecture. See you.